Hey guys, what's up? It is Babushka Gaming, and today we are checking out the new prestige system. So let's go and hop over here. So let me give you a basic rundown. So for U40, they're thinking of implementing a prestige system. So basically, what this is, it blocks players, like new players, from buying tons of credits and buying the most OP ship in the game. So like, you got a new player, spends tons of Robux, and he buys, let's say, the Zumwalt class, and just destroys all those players. That's pay to win. If I know one thing about DSS, it's not like Gazhin. There's no Harrier with SRAMs. That's $60 and just destroys everything. So essentially, what this is I have to cover U39. Oof. So basically, it's a great idea, and like 90% of the community is on with it, because I'll get to the problem of this in a second, but let me just continue what this is. Basically, there's gonna be about three classes. I'll show you a picture of kind of a rough sketch of what it's kind of gonna look like. There's gonna be Elite Sailor, which everyone's gonna start off with. Sailor or Elite Sailor, I believe. And you're gonna have every ship that's, I don't want to say every ship in the game right now, but I think you're gonna have the details are still being worked out, but they're gonna have basically all the ships in the game that they have right now, all the way up to the G2, and you don't need a prestige for any of that. So basically, you'll buy all those ships, and then you'll spend an X amount of credits to rebirth, and once you rebirth, you lose all your credits, but you keep your ships. Originally, it was a complete rebirth, where you lose everything, including your ships and everything. Now, let me make this straight: you will keep all your Game Pass ships, like you will lose nothing except credits, as of right now. If you want to rebirth, this is completely optional. But however, let me say this: if you don't rebirth, then you can't buy bigger ships. Now, like in the second tier, actually, I'll pull up the Trello. The Trello was actually just, it was released again. Let me go ahead, dang it. Did they put it in links? Dang it. Where'd they put it? I'll just pull up the Trello. So here's the Trello. So basically what this allows is for people to buy, once you get to the highest tier, right, you can get ships like, so here it is. So we have Sailor, max is 700 feet. If you're confused, 700 feet ships, foot-long ships. So like the type, the G2 and the Type 21. So basically, it's like a level system. Think of it kind of like the thing in War Thunder, kind of. Think of it like this, as of right now. Basically, what it allows is you buy, you research kind of, just you get all the vehicles within a tier, okay? And then once you bought all those vehicles, you spend an X amount of credits to level up, and that way you unlock the next tier. You cannot level up to the next tier until you have either prestige all your credits or gotten all the ships. Again, the details are still being worked out. This is an early system. None of this is confirmed. I'm just making this video so you guys can hear your opinion on it. So Sailor is the starting one. You have going up to the 700 foot long ships. So like anything that's up to 700 feet, you don't have to prestige. So let me just clear something up real quick. There are going to be some ships under 700 feet and under like 950 feet that will be in different like tiers. So you're going to have, like, as you can see here, like the 23 is under 700 feet, but it's in the captain class. Again, I don't know the full details, so I'm guessing that's just because like the weapon system it has and stuff like that, and just kind of balancing, like the more modern and expensive ships will be for higher tiers. So don't expect every ship that is a certain amount of feet to be in a certain prestige, because you're gonna have some really, really good ships that will be in, like, that are gonna be like short, but they're gonna be in really high tiers. So a really long time, and now it's open. So this is great. So max 750 feet. So this is 250 feet more than the Sailor rank. So you're gonna prestige. I don't know the X amount of credits yet, but you will. So you're gonna get the Almirant Brown class destroyer. For all of these, I'll put images up. Type 23. Is this Type 21? Type 20, okay. Boj class escort carrier, aircraft carrier, guys. Colorado class. I freaking knew it. I knew that thing was gonna be added. You don't just make a really good ship and just don't add it to the game. Spirit class, all this stuff. You know, we've only seen like some of these. You know, we're gonna check all these out, guys. Don't worry about it. Commodore max 1,200 feet. This is a pretty big upstate. This is about 250 as well. 250 as well, yeah. So Type 45. You know what's interesting? Some of these ships aren't. You know, I wonder if they're also kind of doing it off of credits or something like that, or like how like new it is. Because these are all like really. I'm not sure about this one. I don't know ships, but like Yorktown. I wonder if that's the World War II one or no. That was. I know like very little carriers. I don't know. Okay, let me just get to the point. So I'm not sure. As you can see, these are not 1,200 feet. These are like they're under 950 feet, and they're under 700, but they're in the Commodore ring. Why that is, I'm not sure right now. I believe that they are all 100% coming in the game, because I don't even know for a fact, and I don't think this is a fact yet. They could be. I've seen things taken off. I've seen things being added. So these are all the ships that are going to be in the Commodore ring. Now, again, I don't know why there's some ships that are under 950 feet in here, or 700. I'm guessing that's because of like the weapon systems they have. Again, this is still a work in progress, and everything will be in much better detail. If I know one community that will get it right, it is this community. They spent hours in VC making sure everybody is happy, because they're not doing it unless everybody's happy. You know, of course, you're gonna have one or two that are gonna be like whatever, you know, but that's gonna happen. So you're gonna have the Type 45 destroyer, the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. I can do Captain Phillips now. Spruce-class destroyer, Spurrins. I can't. I'm sorry. Zumwalt-class. I'm excited for this one. If it gets added, Cavour-class aircraft carrier. I'm not sure what that is. Yorktown-class. I'm hoping that this is. I don't know if this is the modern one or not. I've been on the Yorktown, the USS Yorktown, not the one that sank, of course, but you know the other Yorktown. Fun little story. Side note. So we were going on the Yorktown, and I was like, "Yo." Like, I was in Scouts, and I was like, yo, Yorktown sank in World War II. And he's like, no, it didn't. I'm like, yes, it did. No, he didn't. And I'm like, it did sink, but okay. There's 2 Yorktowns made, you know. Bridge-class OBO. Gertha-class Lake Freighter. RMS Queen Mary. SS Normandy. Colombo Express. I believe that's a cargo ship. I don't know. I don't know anything, guys. And then Admiral, 1,200 plus. So we have the Seawise Giant, the E-Class, and the Battleless. Okay. And again, there can be ships like the Nimitz being added to the game in the Gerald R. Ford class and stuff like that. Right now, what they said is player-controlled aircraft will not be added. So do not even have the slightest expect of that. Even though I thought it might be like helicopters. At best, like a search and rescue helicopter. At best, don't count it. As great that is, that would be for a completely another video. So yeah, that is basically what this prestige system is on that. And those are the tiers. There's only gonna be 3, and because if it's more than 3, these are Jordan words. And again, this is not finalized. This is all just ideas. Like when I was listening to voice chat, this is what he said. He wants 3 because if it's more than 3, it's going to be repetitive. If it's less than 3, he feel like it's not exclusive enough. And I agree with that. I think that's really good because if it's more than 3, it's just going to get really boring. And the amount of ships, you know, and he said that this is a great this whole system is for them to add bigger ships to fix the problem with people buying tons of Robux and buying all these new ships while people have to grind and stuff and yeah. So yeah. Okay, so let's get to the problem of this. So the main problem with this was you have people like Titanium 95 that have over 500 million credits, I believe. A lot of credits, right? And they're like, hey, we spent a crap ton of time getting these credits. And if we just rebirth and lose prestige and lose all the credits, that's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of everything. And so, we were trying to figure out ways, you know, like maybe a stock market, and all that stuff, and like it was just came to a standstill. And so I just come back and I see this now. Do you think the rank system is a good idea? Leave your comment down below on that. You will have 3 tiers. We already went over that. Now listen to this. You will have a new stat called Legacy Credits, which are all the credits you've earned minus the ones you spent on ships. This will be the value displayed on the leaderboard. When you've completed your last prestige, you're given your legacy credits back. This fixes everything that the old, like the mega millionaires have on, can I view reactions? Okay. Dislike. This fixes everything that like all the mega earning people have, in my opinion. Off the top of my head, I don't recognize Titanium 95 or Nikioli, who are like some of the big advocates for no, and I believe that they're over here on the yes side. This is a great idea. I don't see why they wouldn't implement this. I don't know why you wouldn't dislike this. Like, you don't lose your credits. For the biggest ships in the game, you still have all those big money credits. Okay? It's not like you're losing them or anything. Right? So, like, don't worry about, like, sure you won't be able to use them for, like, this class, which, it's going to take a while to prestige from, to the Admiral class. The Admiral tier, I mean. You could complain about that, but, like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, there was a few other, talk, like, back before, like, I believe, like, most of it was, like, kind of figured out. I think you shouldn't have said prestige. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's what... Okay, this I do not like. I strongly dislike this. When you reach certain amounts of nautical miles and own all ships, you can voluntarily reset all your credits to get the next rank. This rank will include... I don't like this at all. This feels way too much like War Thunder. Now, this is at 1244, and then this was at... So I would bet on this idea being more likely to be added. But just saying, this idea I do not like. That feels too much like War Thunder, which, like, it kind of started to sound like when they were thinking the research idea. Just the research idea was, I'm like 90% sure, scrapped, because that is just, one, it's kind of complicated, and two, it just makes it not really that enjoyable in my opinion. Just like researching in War Thunder. If you've played War Thunder and made it past tier 3 in anything, you'd know how much of a pain it is to research. So, I believe that idea was scrapped. So yeah. So again, this is not finalized. Not even 100% sure this is being added. I'm like 70% sure. I'm a huge advocate for this, because this is such a great thing, in my opinion, to be added. However, if there was one thing that I would love for it to be added in Update 40, it would be Cargo V2. This way, grinding would not feel so repetitive, and it would definitely go perfect with the new Prestige system. I feel like this is the perfect time to add Cargo V2, especially with all the new cargo ships. I really, really hope Cargo V2 is considered, because I think it would be such a great idea to add Cargo V2 in this update. I don't know about you guys, but that's all we know about the Prestige system right now. Again, all these great ships. Again, you're not losing everything, okay? Just think about this. When you buy a ship, like, let's say you have, like, 4 million credits, okay? If you buy the Nimitz-Class, those 4 million credits are being used to buy that ship. You're basically prestiging yourself to buy that ship, right? Again, this only affects, like, people with really, really loads of money, load of credits. But yeah, so